referencing, like you said, in a sense, who's actually on SNAP, if you will, still highlighting, because most people give one or the other. She gave it just straight, no chaser. Hey, here's who's on SNAP, but per capita, it's an issue for us, right? Just per capita as African Americans, more of us per capita are on it in that sense, but the majority are whites. But I still want to put those numbers in perspective, because sometimes we just hear about the 41 million participants or who are waiting to receive it. Just so that we have perspective as Americans, the propaganda, the way we're taught to as a political football. I love how you said that, Emil. I just want to put in perspective for anybody watching that we take a lot of what we think about it from the propaganda versus what it really is. And it really is 41 million Americans. If we got 100, if we got 10 of us here, one would be on SNAP. Like that's what the 41 million equates to when it comes to the number of people that are in America. So if 10 of us was on this thing, one of us higher and likely would be on SNAP. The reason that one matters is because the way that we're taught to think about SNAP, let's make it 20 people so I can just get these numbers right. So if we got 20 people, we would have 2 on SNAP, right? And so what happens is we talk about SNAP in this way as if somehow, if we didn't have to pay out all of this, it would benefit the rest of us. We worry about the fraud or whatever. But if we got 2, let's say half of the people on SNAP actually were committing fraud. Now, the numbers are this, just so you know, because I've looked these up and know them. About out of the people that use SNAP, 25% have kind of permanently spent their lives on SNAP. The other 75% on average are on and off within a 2-year period. So I would offer that, generally speaking, that 75%, take it for a minute, get through a period, and they're okay. Some may go on and off. I'm just being realistic about it. I'm not trying to paint one picture or whatever. That 25%, not saying that all of them are abusing it, but that's just the reality of the numbers. So if we put in perspective, it's only 1 out of 10 Americans, right? And then you listen to what I'm saying, we literally talk about it as a political football as if somehow we will be getting that money back. For example, SNAP specifically, SNAP, just SNAP, not the housing, but SNAP specifically, on average as Americans, on average, we keep 86% of every dollar we earn. Now, of course, that varies based on your tax bracket, but if you just put it in aggregate, we keep 86%. SNAP, we would keep 85.49. Like SNAP is that minimal when it comes to what actually happens with the federal budget. But the thing is, it would be foolish for us to think the government would give us the money back even if they did not. Like that's the bigger point I'm making. It would be foolish to think we would get the money in our pockets. They would just move it and use it somewhere else. We're never getting that 14 cent back. Like that's not going to happen based on how our government runs. So I want to bring that context and perspective that it's a political football that we complain about that 9 out of 10 of us don't even have to worry about. We're arguing over it as if they would give the money back to us. They're going to just move the money somewhere else. Like that's the reality of those benefits. And then if you are an African-American on SNAP, one last piece of context. If you're worried about the illegal aliens, your SNAP benefits would not change whether they gave them to them or not. So I'm just showing you how the propaganda pitch you saying, because that is a reality. There are people in New York, there are people in Chicago, they're watching people that are probably not documented correctly get some money to live in a building. Like if you're struggling and you see that, I get the disdain for it. I understand the natural propensity to say, dang, look at what's happening over there. They're giving them this much money to live there. Like I would feel that way if I'm in that situation. I get it. What you don't get is you wouldn't get a different amount in your check if they didn't get to do that. That doesn't make it. I'm not saying it's okay. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm just showing you how the propaganda pits us against each other, and nothing would change in our money if it were different. That's the reality I wanted to bring to the table. Any thoughts on that, fellas?